All right, right on the money, right here. It is 10:29 a.m., February 4th. We're going to be talking about live selling, shoppable content. What is the future of this business? What is the future of this industry? Going to open up and answer some questions. If we get some people who are live with us, we can do that. But one thing, I do have a list of questions that I will be trying to go through and answer as much as I can. I love to do these like impromptu live shows. Of course, I think I scheduled this one out about a day ago, so we'll see how it goes. But anyway, welcome. Thanks for jumping on. If this is your first time joining something I'm doing, my name is Billy Thorpe, and I have been in this live selling, shoppable content space for the last 2.5, almost 3 years, and it has completely been a ton of fun, but also has been a game changer for my business. So over the last 2.5 years, I've went live on several different platforms as an affiliate, also selling my own products, my own goods and services, and I've been really hyper focused on the shoppable content space as well. So that's been a lot of fun to be able to play in that space. And I've created just about 3,700 videos over there. So it's been a lot of fun. What is up? Good morning, Pinnacle AI. Pinnacle AI is the software that I use to manage all this stuff, to manage all these brand deals and keep me organized. What's up, Ellie? Good to see you. A little Clubhouse friend there, so good to see you as well on here. I'm gonna move some stuff around on the screen. So I love this topic of live selling, and it's been kind of top of the headlines. We know some marketing moguls. Can I use that word mogul? Is that just a real estate term? In the marketing space, saying, "Hey, this is the future. This is the future. If you're not on it, you need to get on it." If you've heard of Gary Vaynerchuk, if you've seen anything that he's been doing recently, he has been on it, saying this is the next best thing when it comes to content and commerce. Now, content and commerce is not a new concept. I mean, we've seen this happening on YouTube for a long time via affiliate links. We've seen this happening in blogs via affiliate links. Like there's I mean, we've seen this in newspapers. Like there's content opportunities and commerce opportunities created in newspapers as far as advertising and, just sending people to certain places to take action, to make purchases. So I don't think that the concept of content and commerce is new. I think it's just changing in the form of live selling. To be able to do what I'm doing right now, to jump on a live stream and multi-stream to multiple different platforms and educate people, build an audience, educate an audience, answer questions, and sell stuff, and have a buy now button or a link that is going to send you directly to a purchase page. Is really going to be what I believe the way of the future, and a different type of a conversation that retail companies, not just e-commerce, but I think retail is going to benefit a lot from this. That you can get those down hours, you can start turning those into cash generating hours. And we've kind of seen that in the retail space. I used to work in retail, so I could almost tell you to the minute when this was going to be a window of nothing's happening versus this is going to be very busy. And I was very strategic when I was in retail management to be able to get my best top salespeople and say, hey, you know what? You're working from this time to this time on Saturdays or Friday nights or whatever that looks like, because I know we're going to be busy and I need the A team to play there and to be ready in that space. So I think, or I believe, I should say that. I'm going to stop saying I think. Somebody said at a friend gathering, like, I hate when people say I think and then jump into it like they're telling you some facts. So I'll just say I believe that the people who adopt live selling and the model of jumping onto a camera, building that audience, building that trust, creating this live experience with a buy now button close by, in 2 or 3 years from now, I believe you're going to, and maybe even this year, I don't know. I mean, Gary Vaynerchuk's like, this year, it's the thing. I think you need to get ready. I think you need to be in a position as a retail business, as an e-commerce seller, as a just anybody. If you have anything that you are selling that's making a transaction, a service, it doesn't have to be just a physical product or a physical good. I think you need to get in position, learn the software, learn the technology, discover new softwares because they're coming out. They're going to start coming out all the time, every single day, and really get in a position to leverage the ability to go live and talk to a live audience and be one to many. In a retail setting, when I worked in the retail space, it was like I would be there selling, and I sold cell phones. I worked at a cell phone store, a store with inside of a store, so Best Buy Mobile back in the day, and I would be helping one customer, and I would see all these people just walk in, look around, and walk away. And every time in my brain, and I was real numbers based and still am, like a metric, I go, oh my God, I just missed another opportunity. Like I need another salesperson. But oftentimes it's not feasible to have 5, 6, 7 people standing there waiting on customers. So when you are on camera, when you are available, when you are creating a show, that's what this is. This is a live stream show. When you're creating that show and people know, I can go get answers on Tuesday at 10:29 a.m. or whatever that is. I'm going to be able to get my questions answered, place my order, and if it's a local, pick up after work. I can go pick up after work. I can engage with the business owner or the salesperson or whatever that looks like and get help. And then also, we all have that experience in school where we don't want to raise our hand. We don't want to ask the question, but somebody else does. And you go, oh, I didn't even think of that. That's a great question. Or I wanted to ask it, but I didn't. And that's oftentimes what happens on live shows and live selling is people, as a group, as a community, are kind of all there going, we might be interested in this product. And then you guys can all ask questions, kind of dive in, and you can be one to many. So I believe that's the power of live stream selling, of social selling. And we've seen this. This is not something that we haven't seen. I don't think it's been widely adopted. And I think there's a lot of kind of hurdles to jump through, and there's technology that's out right now, there's technology that's coming that's going to make it really easy for you to jump on, to educate your client, to educate your customer, and have them easily be able to check out and do certain things like that. So we can jump into it. Ellie said, what cameras are you using? I am using what am I using? A Sony ZV-E10, and I have a 16 millimeter lens on there from Sigma. It's a 1.4. So that is what I'm doing. And I think she's watching on a vertical platform, so it's like really close up versus the wherever, the wide platform, which is not going to be as close up. And once again, this is the beauty about this is like the question I get too is like, well, what kind of equipment do I need? Most platforms, you can just go live on your phone. So let's talk about that for a minute. Let's talk about the platform. So if you're basically brand new and you've never heard of the concept of live selling or shoppable content, let's just break that down real quick. And I got some notes here. So if you see me looking off the screen, it's because I want to make sure I got my thoughts, my ADHD brain. I'm going to keep it tame today. But what is live selling? Let's get into that. So live selling is a form of real-time commerce. So it's real time. It's me to you right now. I'm talking to you, you're watching me, and we can showcase our product. So if I'm selling this knife, this box cutter, I can showcase this box cutter. I can show it to you up close. I can jump over here. I got this little foot pedal gadget. Here we go. I can now show it to you over this overhead cam and show you all the different features of it, how it opens up, how the blade changes, how it's got a little cutter here in case you need to cut something without the blade out. I can show you all these different things that's going on and create a really nice experience for you to where you don't even have to come in and talk to me or to my location or whatever. It's like we may never meet. So I think the leaf blower guys are right on time. I scheduled this at the perfect time. So it's real-time commerce where I can showcase, I can demonstrate, I can answer your questions, I can talk to you about whatever it is. You get in the chat, you ask me, what camera are you using? How does it work? How do you get this blurry background? What lights do you use? I can answer all those questions for you. Now, one thing I wanted to mention here is I came at this industry kind of as a content creator, really as an entrepreneur, but then kind of as a content creator after that, and kind of got fancy with all the lights and cameras and all that kind of fun stuff. you don't really need all this stuff. Okay, maybe like a softbox light in your phone is going to do the trick to get started. Maybe a nice little wireless microphone just to sound a little bit better, because audio is more important than anything, in my opinion. But it's really not that complicated to get started, and you don't have to be a content creator. If I jump over on Whatnot right now, which Whatnot is a live selling platform, so let's go ahead. I'll jump over here. I'll show you this live selling platform, and if I click on any of these people right now, I bet you that their video and audio is probably horrific, and I'm blown away at how many people can jump on here and sell hundreds of millions of dollars. And I'm not kidding. I'm talking millions and hundreds of thousands. I'll say hundreds of thousands. I won't get too dramatic. Hundreds of thousands of dollars in revenue per day, per week. And they have horrible, and I'm not going to click on anybody because I don't want to call anybody out, because these are all like really good sellers, and these are in the electronics category, and I like those guys. So I'm not going to pick on anyone in particular, but they really don't have that great of production, and they're still doing hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars in sales per year. And they are crushing it because they are doing one thing. They're stepping up and they're taking action, and they are just going, hey, I'm going to use what I got and I'm going to get started. And that's it. Now, what I love about this live selling space and where it's kind of going is, when I got started, there weren't a lot of platforms doing this. So you had you could go live on Facebook, you could go live on YouTube or wherever and try to send people to certain places, or go to your PayPal and do all that kind of stuff. So I've seen people do that for years, but there was really no place where it was like, okay, here's the product, here's the checkout link, or here's the buy now. And when I got into this, Amazon was doing that, and there still are. So let me go back over here and use my fancy little foot pedal to show you Amazon. So right now we see Amazon going live. Actually, these are Amazon live deals. So I guess this lady's working with Amazon. I'm not really sure. But you can see here's all these product carousels going down here. You can click on it. You can buy it. And she's just picking these up and educating her customer base, her clients or whatever, about it. Here's my friend Mario from Shure. He's already went live, so we could click on that, and he did a 24-minute live. You don't have to do hours and hours and hours of streaming, but he went for 24 minutes or whatever, to once again educate his customer base, to build that relationship, and to get people a chance to know you as a business owner or as a salesperson. And that's what I love about this, is because you can show up, you can be you. And some platforms, you don't even have to show up. You don't even have to be on camera. Like if you jump on Whatnot. So Ellie, to answer your question there of what platform is that is Whatnot. That's WHATNOT. And I do have an affiliate link where you can get like $15 or whatever. And that is international. So that's all over the world where you can shop on there. So when I was first starting getting into this, like Amazon was doing this, right? So you had to be an Amazon influencer to be able to jump on Amazon. And that's kind of a different thing, because you are selling other people's products, or you're educating about other people's products. People click on the link, they buy, you get a commission from that. So that is like one way of doing it. So that's kind of like more of an affiliate marketing way through a program. So TikTok Shop, Amazon Live, they're very similar to that. Now, if you want to sell your own product, maybe there's a few other platforms. So eBay. So eBay's doing some live stuff. Poshmark is doing some live stuff. So if you're like a reseller, you're pretty familiar with these platforms. Whatnot is a big resale place as well. So that's where you can get on and kind of get into an already existing ecosystem, where they are bringing they're doing all the marketing. They're bringing people to the party. And you can get on there and sell your products and fulfill those products as well. But then there's another company that is doing a that I'm working with, called Vimeo.net, and you can use their stuff. And if you want to get on there and you want to test it out or whatever, I do have a 20% off code. Just shoot me a DM, where it's Billy Thorpe 20, I think. I'll have to double check it. But let me jump over and show you what they're doing. And this is pretty cool. And I'm not live on it right now, but let me jump over and show you. So this is their platform embedded into my website. So the cool part about it is, like, I'm showing this Shure MV7. What is this? The MV7. Which one is it? MV7 Plus. There we go. I got X and I and all those on my mind. But I'm showing the MV7 Plus, and you can see that this has the carousel kind of built into my website, and this will show up on mobile really nice as well. And I'm doing this from the affiliate side. So I'm doing this as, if you click on this and go to buy, that's an affiliate link that will send you to Amazon, or I can do my own website. Or so if you go to buy this live selling workshop or whatever, it's $0, it's free. That will take you over into my website for you to put your email in and get all that stuff. So this is kind of, if you have an audience or whatnot, then you can kind of do this and jump into it. Now the beautiful part about this is these guys actually stream and multi-stream from their live software, just like I am right now with Ecamm. But in certain platforms like YouTube, it will actually drop the link, and on the screen it puts a QR code with a picture of the image. It integrates with Shopify, and then it will just dump those links into those chats wherever it's available. I don't think Meta allows it, but YouTube allows it, and that way people can quickly, click on there, or you can just drive traffic right to your website. So a lot of opportunity in this space. I think the technology is getting there to where, these retail-based customers, these retail, stores can get on there and do that. And then, if you're like me and you play more in the affiliate marketing space, which I guess that's the correct term. I really create content for Amazon sellers, and I've done that about 3,700 times for shoppable videos, which is another thing I'll touch on here in a second. But I want to get to Gigi Breck, I believe. If I cannot read that, it is. Let me see. It says, "Great information, Billy. Thanks for taking the time. Thanks for having the courage to go live and speak coherently. You sound confident and humble. Thank you. Nice work." Yeah, thank you for that. And I'm excited about live. One, if you go live, it's pretty addictive. Like, once you kind of get over the fear of, like, what do people think, what are they going to say, and blah blah blah. And you realize, first of all, when you first start going live anywhere, not a whole lot of people show up. I mean, not a whole lot of people are showing up to this live stream. And I've kind of done this quite a bit. I've done live streaming and live selling and all that kind of fun stuff. So, one thing I think you got to do is like riding a bike. You just got to get on it and get over it and just keep moving, forward with that. So that is kind of the live, selling opportunities that I believe. And I'm going to go to some of my notes here because I want to talk about just the live selling opportunities and what it does and how I feel like it's transforming the industry. One, I think you're providing entertainment and shopping at the same time. So you can come on live, you can be yourself, you can be energetic, you can tell the jokes, you can do all that kind of fun stuff and get people to, get to really know you as a business owner, as a seller, as someone who's really just trying to help them, right? It's like, I think we all, if we're into entrepreneurship or, we're in a sales role or something, we're really just genuinely trying to help people, and we think we have a really great solution to the problem. So I think you can do that. You can get real-time feedback and interaction. So if there's, feedback about your product or your service or whatever that is, you can really get that feedback, and it kind of keeps you out in the spotlight to keep you accountable to that, and vice versa, with your audience. So that's a kind of an interesting thing that maybe you wouldn't always get one-to-one, and people shopping from home, there might be a little bit more like, yeah, let me share some feedback about this. So I love that. So you're going to be able to trust with your customer. And then it creates this really exciting event. So I don't know if you've ever been to an event where you've got this public speaker and they're crushing it and they're like, blah, 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 here's my book, it's for sale. And you just want to run back as fast as you can to get that book. Because it's in the moment. It's this impulse, like, I want to just buy this thing. I want to support this speaker. I want to, figure out what the rest of this messaging is or whatever. And it's kind of that same thing with live selling. It's like you build this audience, you build this community, and they're all passionate about the same things, and they're kind of going after the same things. And so there's like this real excitement to support you as a business owner, content creator, whatever, but then, also go make those purchases. So you're going to increase your conversions, and be able to close deals quicker because you're building so much trust on the front end, and you're showing up and creating this educational piece of content that's live, that's engaging and interactive, it's quick, people want their questions answered, all that kind of fun stuff. So you're going to enhance that brand loyalty. And one of the things I love the most, and this really kind of depends on if you're a physical product person, it really depends on like your shipping and all that kind of stuff, which I'm not going to get into, but is you can sell outside of your market. So right now, going live, I'm sitting here and I'm talking about live selling, shoppable content. Maybe I promote my website, billythorpe.live, where you can go and sign up for my mastermind group, whatever. So say I'm doing that and I got my QR code, my picture, my link is hitting in the chat. Well, now I've expanded my marketplace. I'm not just going to local networking meetings where maybe there's 40, 50, other business owners, or maybe there's a content creator that needs my help to monetize their content, or maybe there's a brand that needs my help to create content about their video, but now I'm going live. Now I'm expanding out to my market. So if you're watching live, let me know where you're watching from. But I see people from different countries that I know they live, overseas in England and London and, like Portugal and different places that are watching the live show. I know where they live. So I've just expanded my entire market. So if you have the capacity with your product, if it's a physical product or your service, to service those different marketplaces, now you've opened yourself wide open to a whole nother market, a whole different, opportunity, not just who dings the doorbell on the way in. So once again, I think for these local retail businesses, this is like a huge opportunity to get to know how to do this and how to create content. And you're creating content live on the spot. Now, I'm not going to get in the content creation world, but a lot of you sellers, a lot of you retail owners, a lot of you business owners are going, I can't create as much content as I need to. Right now, in this moment, I'm recording this entire live show. It's going to save right onto my hard drive. So now what do? I can pull up my editing software, chop it, take key points that I want to do. Maybe I answered a question that gets asked a lot. I can put that in the FAQ section as a video, and I can still show up and repurpose this content. I can do a live show about this box cutter or, a set of box cutters or tools that I use as a carpenter or whatever. I don't know. Who cares? But say if you own a tool business, you can do one live show and you're talking about the product. You're over here, you're talking about it. You're showing it under here. You're doing whatever. You just created, oh, my bad, I went to the wrong one. You just created a piece of content. So now you can take that, repurpose it, and place it on places on your website. And now that is a shoppable piece of content. And that's the next part of this is sometimes going live just feels like a ton of work because you got to prep the show, you got to get into the show, you got to do the show, you got to be live. If you're not live, you're not making money. And this is part of the problem that I see on certain platforms of people just going live, like on TikTok. Like TikTok, for instance, when everybody's like, oh, go live, go live, go live. Yeah, you might go live 6, 7, 8 hours a day on a commission basis and not make any money. But if you're a business owner, retail owner, whatever, and you're going live, you're educating your audience, you're getting that live feedback, you're solving problems, then you can take that piece of content, put it over on your product page as a shoppable video, and now like, cool, people can go to it, they can watch the replay on that video and help close that deal just as well. So a lot of opportunities when it comes to live selling and repurposing that type of content. I know people in the creator space who do this on Amazon. They'll go live on Amazon, they'll cut up the content, and then they'll put it back on Amazon as shoppable videos, because that is another thing to jump into and to think about. So I know I'm a little bit all over the place, but I'm excited about this topic. And, so to sell outside your market, increase your conversions, I believe it's going to create really interesting and unique opportunities and collaboration opportunities. So I was talking to somebody a couple days ago, some friends of mine, Whiskey and Wisdom podcast. They were recording a show locally, and sometimes they do it in front of a live audience. And so I saw that they were recording. I'm like, oh, is this a live audience show? And they're like, no, but stop by if you want to. So I go there, I stop by, they're in the middle of recording, they get done, and I meet the guest of the show. And so I started talking to her about her business, and she was like, should I start a podcast? And I go, well, what do you do? And she's like, well, I sell, a particular type of products or whatnot, maybe beauty products. And I go, no, I wouldn't start a podcast. I would start a live show. I would start a live selling show. Now, you can do it in the form of a conversational live selling show where maybe you bring people on from the beauty products that you're selling or whatever, and you're talking about it or you're talking about the industry, but you're selling it. And some of the guys who do this really good are my friends Chris and Jim. So Chris Stone and Jim Fuse of Deal, or not Deal Makers, Deal Casters. They are really good at doing this. They do this on Amazon. They bring people on. They have this really good conversation, this podcast style conversation about the business owner, about their services, about whatever. And then they have a carousel of products that is available for people to purchase. Like maybe it's what microphone they use or lighting or whatever that is. And they're able to do that. However, some of these live selling platforms like Amazon, like TikTok, maybe even YouTube. So YouTube, they all have these different parameters, these different gates that you have to play in, all these different rules that you have to follow. Like for instance, if you want that shopping carousel on YouTube, you can have 10,000 subscribers. Okay, less and less people are subscribing now. I don't think that's like a like new news or anything like that. I think that's pretty well known. The algorithm is delivering stuff. People are less likely to hit subscribe, so it might take you a little longer to get to 10,000 to do that. If you want to do this on Amazon, you have to have a following to go over there and be able to become an Amazon influencer and go through all this 3 or 4 step tiers of getting into the program to be able to do that. Well, now with platforms like Vimeo.net, you can go live anywhere you want to, anytime you want to, and sell your product, talk about it how you want to, when you want to, all that kind of fun stuff. And there's not a whole lot of parameters keeping you locked into certain platforms. Now, the only thing about that is those platforms, YouTube, Amazon, blah, 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 they all have way bigger audiences than you do, okay? Probably way bigger, so you might have to do a little more legwork. They got more people on their platform, so you might have to do a little bit more legwork to build that community, to build that audience, but that's where consistent application and elementary things comes in. You put something on the calendar, go every Thursday, I'm going to show up, I'm going to do a live show about makeup, I'm going to do a live show about, software, whatever I'm selling. This is our day to come together as a community and as a business owner, and we're going to talk about these things. Or you go live every single day. I don't know. You just whatever you can do, whatever the bandwidth you are up to. Ellie says you're on point and not all over the place. Okay, good. Sometimes in my brain I'm like trying to catch up and also think about what is next. So I think that's an interesting thing. So this lady was asking me, should I start a podcast? I go, I don't think so. You have a product. Make it easy for people to buy the product. This is the one thing that happens in the sales process, and we all know this. That's why we hate buying cars. That's why we hate going to the cell phone store to get a new cell phone. It's like, dude, I just know this is going to take hours. Maybe not with the cell phone anymore, but back in the day, definitely. But with cars, oh, God, who wants to go to a car dealership? Nobody. Nobody wants to go to a car dealership and sit there for hours and do all this paperwork and do all this kind of nonsense. It's like it takes forever. And so, that's one of the annoying things about it. But to be able to jump on and to go live and to take the friction out of the sales process. And if I'm going live and you're sitting at your office right now and I'm saying, hey guys, I got this workshop, blah, 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 blah. Here's the link to purchase. You can buy that, become a part of it. That's more of a virtual event. Or if I'm selling, I keep going to this knife because it's the only thing on my desk, I'll go to this light. So if I'm selling this light, if I'm a light manufacturing company, I'm selling this light. You may have, especially if I'm a local business, you may have been like, man, I was going to go after work and pick one of those up, but I work until 7, 8 o'clock at night. So you're always closed because you close at 6. But what if it's like, I can buy this and I can pick it up later. And then maybe a part of your business model as a retail location is, hey, you know what? We're going to do after hours pickup. So we're going to stay there for a couple hours because we've been live. We've been selling these all day. I'm going to have somebody stay there for 2 hours. It's a 2-hour pickup window. You can shop while you're at work and then you can come by and you can pick it up. That's a very good way to do it. You save on shipping. You don't have to ship. It's not a hassle. People can come by and pick up from your local market. I think that might be something good for you. Let's see. Okay, here we go. We got a couple of questions, got a couple people jumping in. What would you recommend for small online fashion boutique, and what strategy would you recommend? So this is what I would do. I would start building my audience, and every time I would build a show, and I would just say, hey, at this time every week we're gonna show up and we're gonna put on a show. We're gonna show you what comes off the truck. If I had a physical location where I was getting a lot of products, and maybe I'm getting new products, especially with clothing. I think fashion changes so much. I mean, it's all the time, just, something new, something different. The seasons are changing. This is a really good opportunity to market what is going to be in your store. So even if people don't make that purchase right there on your website and then pick it up later, but maybe it will just give them a really fun, engaging thing to be a part of every single week. It's just like a TV show. Think about a TV show. We put it on our calendars. We put it in our, in our schedule. We're like, we know it comes out on ABC at 7 p.m. and we're going to be there with our popcorn and we're going to be watching this TV show. And that is what you want to think about when you're creating this live experience for your shoppers. It's the same thing. It's QVC. I mean, that's what we're talking about. It's just QVC, but it's a lot easier. There's no picking up a phone call, waiting on hold, getting the busy signal. Even QVC now is doing the QR codes. More and more people are watching on their TVs anyway. So I just heard this from a YouTube guru that I follow, that they said more people are watching YouTube on their televisions now than they are even on their devices. So I don't know where they got that statistic, but I'm like, that's pretty impressive. And the beauty of that is, if you're doing a live show and you get a QR code, which I should have one right now, go into my mastermind group, but then they're going to have this available to be able to scan that, boop, go to it, shop on their phone while watching you. So if I'm running a boutique store, if fashion boutique, I'm putting it on the calendar. I'm getting my technology in order. I'm getting my shopping in order. I'm getting my Shopify store in order. And I'm going to, during those down hours, which you can probably trace, I'm going to be going live. I'm going to be paying somebody to go live and be able to get those low days, those low hours, get that awareness up around my business. Worst case scenario, it's good marketing. Worst case scenario, it's consistent marketing. Maybe you're unboxing stuff from the truck and you're going, hey, check this out. I'm unboxing this from the truck. You already got it in your system. You already know it's coming, and you can just sell it before it even hits the shelf. Don't even have to fold it. Don't have to do nothing. You're just throwing it into bags because people are just buying it. They're excited. It's a new drop. It's exclusive drops. If I'm a brand, I'm a t-shirt brand. Maybe I'm doing an exclusive drop. Hey, we're doing a drop on Thursday, and we have printed 100 of these shirts, and we're only selling them on this live show only. That's a show. Now, you might not be able to do that every single week, but it could be a limited run. It could be specialty shows, things like that you could put in the mix to make it entertaining. Giveaways. You do giveaways. You use an app like King Sumo and you do live giveaways. It's like, for every person who makes a purchase, your email, if I see your email, now you might have to get some help for this, but if I see your email, drop into the sold, to the, just made a purchase, your email, your information is going to go into this wheel. And at the end of the show, we're going to give away a gift card. That is something that you can do to create this entertaining show, engaging show for, I'm sitting here talking about all this stuff. I'm like, man, I don't have my QR code. I don't have my giveaway. I don't have anything. I'm over here talking about it. I need to be having this stuff. So anyway, I'm going to rewatch this and high five myself and see what's up. All right, let's see. We got some other people here. Howdy, what's up, Chris T? Good to see you. Good morning. If you're still watching, thanks for jumping in. And let me know if you guys are getting some value from this. I think it's one of my favorite things. And I get it. It's not for everybody. Talking about products, selling, doing all that kind of fun stuff. But I think it's less about sales. I think it's more about showing up for your community, showing up for your audience, building that engagement, and giving the opportunity just to have the product there. And just like Ellie just asked me, what camera are you using? What lens are you using? What's behind you? What's this big eagle wearing this hat? What does that hat say? It's like, people are very curious people. So it doesn't have to be just like, hey, I got this water bottle, blah, 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 blah. But you could just do what I'm doing. Hey guys, we're going to do a Q&A about our products or services. That's it. You want to know about HVAC? Cool. Let's do it. If you really wanted us to come check it out, hit that book now button. That is a service that you can provide. That's a service you already provide. So why not have it where they can just book it, make it super easy? You're creating content. You're killing so many birds, which I don't even know if I can say that. Hopefully PETA doesn't come after me. But with one stone, and as a business owner, it's tough to be able to do so many things separately. But when you can go live, you can repurpose that. You can do customer service. You can answer these FAQs. You can meet people where they are. They don't have to come to your store. There's a lot of different ways to make this thing happen. What is up, Wizard of Oz? I'm here on YouTube. Yay. Good to see you, Matt. I'm glad you're on here. Let's see, Jeff C. What's up, Jeff C? Good to see you. If you guys are on, and if you guys want to join, I got a link here. I'm going to be here for a few more minutes. I got a link somewhere floating around where you can be a guest on the show if you want to. These guys are pros, so they're not going to have any questions, but they could come hang out if they want to. My products are stacked floor to ceiling across an entire wall. I need to start selling. Let's go. And what Matt is talking about, Wizard of Oz, you guys go follow him. Super fun guy, super cool guy. He's in my mastermind group called Deal Makers, and you can go check that out at billythorpe.live. And this is where I teach all this stuff, right? It's where we talk about it. We're kind of watching this industry grow in the U.S. We're kind of watching it evolve. We're kind of building live. We're helping each other out. We're masterminding. That's what we're doing. There's no gurus. Nobody knows. We all have these different ways that we're trying stuff and coming back to the table and going, hey, this works, this didn't work, whatever. So if you want to be a part of something like that, a community like that, then come over and hang out. One thing that I would say is that what Matt's talking about is we are all a part of this Amazon influencer program. And that's the program I was talking about earlier, where you can go live, you can post photos, you can post videos, you can do that kind of stuff and earn through several different avenues. And what we've done is really been able to leverage that to work directly with brands and sellers and e-commerce sellers, especially on the Amazon platform, to bring them, to create videos about their stuff, post it on Amazon, and when people click on it and make a purchase, we make a little bit of a commission. So what happens though is you get a ton of products. So I get probably like a product every single day, almost some 10 a day. I don't know. I get 100 a month, whatever that equals out to per day. I did 108 videos on average last year, every single month. And what happens is you got to find a place to sell this stuff. And you're like, I don't know what to sell. I don't know what to do with it. I'm going crazy. And that's how I found out about live selling. That's how I found out, not really found out about it, but that's how I found out about live selling my own products on the Whatnot platform. And then that led to one thing to another thing. And you just stack up all these kind of skill sets as a content creator, as an entrepreneur, business owner, whatever. And they kind of serve you along the way, and you kind of learn along the way. So it's been a lot of fun. So Matt is doing those deals. Now he's got products stacked up all across a wall that he has to live sell. So I'm excited to see your next show, Matt, over on Whatnot. And I need to test out Vimeo too. I'm in talks with them right now about continuing to test their platform, because it is a little bit pricey for what us live streamers are used to paying for software. But we'll see how that goes. And if it goes well, I might invest into a Shopify store, load up stuff on my own platform, on my own Shopify store, I don't know why I did that, but anyway, let's get what I'm saying. My own spot, and then try to live sell out of my own space into the world. But once again, pros and cons to everything, but you got to start now. You got to start now. That's all I'm saying, is like, learn this stuff now, because it's going to continue what I would say is it's going to continue to grow. The live selling shoppable space is going to become easier and easier. But I think if you get in now, you can kind of build that into your business model. You can build that into the system. But then you also get really good at it. And when you're getting really good at it, and you might be starting with the phone with the ring light that gives you a little snake eyes, that's bad. Anyway, I'm not going to talk about video production, but Jesus, don't do that. Just shine it off your wall, okay, or off the ceiling. Like, get it real soft, not just right in your eyes. That can't be good for your eyes. There's no way that's good for your eyes. But anyway, what I'm saying is, like, by the time your competitors catch up in the industry that you're in, you'll already be producing some really solid content. You'll be producing, better content. You'll want to upgrade your cameras. You'll want to upgrade your lighting. You'll want to just put on a way better show. So it's like the guy who started riding bikes 20 years ago is way better than the guy who started riding bikes 5 years ago. I guarantee it. If they're putting in the same, whatever. You know what I'm saying. That might not be true for playing guitar though. I've seen these kids watching YouTube, man, they crush it. And I've been playing longer anyway. I'm not gonna get into that. All right, let's see what else is in the chat. What's the site called? I don't know. Whatnot is one of them, so that's where I'm live selling all my Amazon products. But like for fashion, like I think Poshmark is doing a live show. I think eBay is in beta right now for doing live shows. Those are the ones I can think about. There's Vimy.net. That's the software that I'm testing out. Which, I mean, yeah, we'll see. And then there's another one that goes to a Shopify store. I can't remember what the name of that one is, but anyway. Cool. Let's see. Matt said, I've learned a lot. Still more to learn, though. Yeah, I mean, there's always more to learn. I think we all have stuff we're gonna learn along the way, and it's kind of a cool industry if you're inside of the U.S. anyway, because it's like a growing thing. Now over in China, this has been going on for years. I think like a decade or something. That live selling, live stream selling, social selling, anything you want to call it's been going on for a while. So that is good. But anyway, well, I think that's it. I think I've ranted enough. If anybody has any questions, feel free. Kind of last moment here. I'll wait and hang out. I have a whole live selling workshop that I did, and you can go get that if you go to, I think I have it. Do I have it on here? I don't know if I have it on here. Nope, that is definitely not it. But I have a whole live selling workshop that that you can go get for free, and it will kind of walk you through all the opportunities, some of the stuff I've talked about today. And then at the end of that, you could definitely be a part of my mastermind. Oh, yeah. So my mastermind group, Ellie, thanks for asking. It's called Deal Makers, but it's at billythorpe.live. It's $27 a month. It's super cheap. And I really teach you how to leverage platforms to go get brand deals. And if you are a retailer, I'm working on something in my mind right now to help retailers, but I don't know that we're quite there yet to create a whole nother like group, but you could join that group and kind of workshop through some of the stuff as well if you, have that audience and have that type of stuff. So anyway, well, I think that is it. I think I'm going to rock and roll. I'm going to get out of here. I appreciate everybody jumping on, watching, hanging out. Appreciate you, Ellie. Appreciate you, Matt, Chris, everybody that jumped on. Who else is over here? I think that was maybe it that jumped on. Breck, GG Breck, appreciate you jumping on. And Pinnacle AI, appreciate you. If you guys don't know Pinnacle, if you don't know Charles, get to know him. They have some really amazing software that's helped me keep organized to create over 3,700 brand deals. You heard that right. I've created over 3,700 brand deals in 2.5 years, and they have helped me for the last year, I think, keep my head on straight. So I really appreciate those guys and gals for doing that. And that is it for me. And I've completely dropped out of like beginning scenes and end scenes and countdowns. I'm just going live, baby. That's what we're doing. I'm out of here. I'll see you later. Have a great day.